Oh.
And there we go. Yes, it works. Yeah,
Oh.
fucking neck split. How you guys doing? Oh, it's getting loud. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
What you
hold
say?
it. What can I do?
Ooh.
Hold it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, Chris
Oh.
Laurie. The
Oh.
SummerSlam. He's asking what's the SummerSlam, though. I'll tell you what SummerSlam is, though. Goddamn, it's WWE SummerSlam. I think, is this like the second biggest thing they do of the year, or is that considered to be Royal Rumble?
It's one of the big four. So you got Royal Rumble. This is the third one.
Is the third one? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you got WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, and SummerSlam.
Exactly. And here's the thing: we used to do a wrestling show called the Ringside Hangout. The thing is, this is not the Ringside Hangout. This is a chat tag. This is just me and Hovik shooting the shit because we love wrestling so fucking much. And man, it's been a while. When's the last time you and I did one of these, man?
Shit. The last thing that I remember I saw was May.
May for man, I forgot what fucking show it was.
Oh,
Money in the Bank.
Was it Money in the Bank?
Yeah. And by the way, the reason why I say Money in the Bank is because Nakamura did this promo once I'll never ever forget for the rest of my life.
That was last year, Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and he was just like, listen, I'm going to beat the. I know what fucking voice I'm doing. What the fuck was that, Jinder Mahal or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But here's the thing, though. Nakamura did this promo that I'll never forget. He's just saying, like, I'm going to make it to Money in the Bank. And I was like, dude, like, who the fuck is telling him? Who's feeding him these lines to basically make fun of his own culture, try and make him look fucking stupid on purpose? I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. But
actually, the better question is, who was making him fucking sound retarded?
Yeah.
Because you and I have had this conversation before a long time ago. It's like, we've heard him on podcasts. That boy can talk like normal as fuck.
Yeah.
Who is disrespecting Nakamura?
Well, the biggest thing is too is just like more so who's disrespecting that culture where you just assume that like okay these people have to sound like this. Like they don't sound like that. I've met tons of Asian people that do not sound like that. I've seen them in movies. I've seen them in wrestling too. I mean NXT didn't do promos like that. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But we'll get off Nakamura. I know people are probably like, well, what about the SummerSlam?
I was just about to say we're like wait a minute, hold up.
Yeah, exactly. Like we will get so much into this shit that it's like yeah. And by the way too, he's saying that Raheem's over here, which is this person who used to follow us a lot back in the day when we used to do wrestling.
I remember my Raheem.
Your boy, Red Robot King 7. He's over here saying
Red
that the Double
Robot
Toast is hanging out in New York City. It was awesome last night with him and Oz and everybody. I don't know if Christian Torres went, but make sure to let me know, good sir. And then he said also NXT TakeOver Toronto was amazing. Or he didn't say amazing, he just named it. But here's the thing, man. We were talking about this, and I thought, maybe just for a second explain as to why you didn't watch it, because this might have something to do with our review today. Why didn't you have NXT TakeOver Toronto, sir?
Well, two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm broke as shit. So I don't have the network anymore. So for tonight's show, I piggybacked off my brother-in-law's account because he went to SummerSlam. He's in Toronto. So I was like, let me get your account, bruh. And the second reason why I didn't watch NXT TakeOver last night is because I just got my gaming PC back on Friday because it was getting repaired. So I kind of wanted to get some GTA in.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, but I will be watching NXT TakeOver tomorrow.
You should. It's actually a really good show. Raheem over here, or not Raheem, Rojo Bear, aka Aaron Gomez. By the way, dude, I love you very much. Haven't talked to you recently, especially not even in the after hours. Where are you at, man? I miss you, you little son of a bitch. But SummerSlam dragged, he said. We'll talk about that because I could see how someone could say it would drag because, man, going through any WWE pay-per-view, I mean, after 3 or 4 hours, man, how much can you expect us to keep our attention, onto the product, man? Like, this is asking for a lot still, man. Like, we thought it was crazy back in the day, but the TakeOver was 3 hours, then the pre-show was 2 hours, and the SummerSlam was fucking 4 hours. It's like, that's about 9 hours of wrestling I just watched in 2 fucking days. It's a little ridiculous, dude. You know what I mean? How much wrestling have you been watching just in general lately, by the way?
Since 7 o'clock.
Really? Okay, yeah. Because here's the thing, man. I've been watching every Raw and SmackDown. Go ahead.
I haven't watched wrestling since WrestleMania.
Wow, that's surprising.
And because I was there.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And that's just out of you're so busy you can't consume all this content, or is it because you're just sick of the fucking product, you don't like what's going on, you don't like the storylines, you don't like the wrestling matches themselves, etc.?
I was burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
I was really, really, really burnt out. Matter of fact, what the hell? Okay, here we go. I was like, well, how's my face in it? But so my thing was I was really burnt out. Like a wrestling fan. Like we're watching God knows how many fucking times a week. Monday is Monday Night Raw, Tuesday is SmackDown, Wednesday is fucking NXT, and now you got some other shit going on. Like if you watch like NJPW or Ring of Honor, what there's just so
AEW.
much.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
G1 Climax
exactly.
thing's going on right now too, with
Yeah,
John Moxley in it and everything too.
yeah. So it's like, but I have been keeping up with like the highlights on YouTube, and I've been keeping up. Like I've, I'm still in the know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But my thing was, I was like, you know what? There's a lot of shit going on SummerSlam tonight. I was like, I want to watch it, and then the big thing was the Fiend. I was like, he gets his real debut tonight because
Mm-hmm.
I've been following the Fiend for a while.
Yeah.
Uh, so I basically yeah. So that's pretty much to the extent of my wrestling. But I fucking loved tonight, bro. So it's like I haven't watched wrestling in months, and this is like what I come back to. I'm like, granted, it's one night because we all know they're gonna go back into some bullshit. But
Mm-hmm.
I had such a fun night tonight, man. Like it's not even funny.
Yeah, no. I mean, and here's the thing too, because if you guys don't know who the Fiend is, basically Bray Wyatt is a character who's always been the creepy guy, just walking around. And what was creepy about him was his music, as well as the guys around in the Wyatt family. And Bray Wyatt would, do these promos of like, "Hey man, like everything is alive, my man. You gotta believe in it, man." Like fucking, I don't know, like very conspiracy theory ish. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I would imagine that
Yeah,
he's
it
like,
was it was very Charles Manson.
there you go. Yeah, a little bit like that. Which was creepy in itself, but it's creepy in a realistic way. And the thing that's about WWE is that you can only keep that up for so long because after years and
Right.
years, because he debuted back in like 2013, and you'll keep this going on for so many years that when people leave, there's characters that join, got away. Bray Wyatt turns good, turns good again, turns bad again. It's gonna get watered down, and then on top of it all is that sometimes these characters are kind of like lessened and weakened because of people knowing the person behind the character. And Bray Wyatt got into some drama. His baby mama was cheated on by him. He went to start dating this girl named JoJo. Actually had a kid with her. So people are looking at Bray Wyatt like, "Fuck this character. You in real life are a piece of shit. You're a fucking asshole. You're a fucking loser." And it's just even if we don't think negatively about him, we know too much about the real life Bray Wyatt. We've heard him in podcasts. He's been on Sam Roberts' podcast. We just know too much about him. So after he's been gone for 8 months, you're like, okay, maybe you can kind of redo something, make kind of put some mystery on him again. And holy fuck, did they do, man?
Ooh, did
Um,
they fucking do it?
yeah, man. I mean, to the music, and by the way, his music today was a debut for his new theme song. But before that, it would just be laughter. He would just come out to the ring and he's like,
It was just sound. It was
yeah,
just sound. It was just like an eerie sound, and fuck.
yeah. I mean, and literally, and only one word you can use right now is just fuck, because man, he came out tonight, in his first match because he's been around. He's done stuff like he beat up Dude Love, or not Dude Love. I don't know why I'm thinking Dude Love.
Mick Foley.
Yeah, Mick Foley. But by the way, I think I'm the only person in the world who thought of Dude Love first before Mankind or Cactus Jack. Like, holy shit, why did I think of Dude
What?
Love first?
You want to know the funny thing is because Dude Love is literally almost the closest to actually Mick Foley.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, and plus, too, if Dude Love did come back, it would make sense now because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood just came out recently and everything, too. And I'm like, this would be a good time for Dude Love. But, anyways,
Right.
yeah, he's been coming back just doing stuff, and then he'd be, he'd be torturing Finn Balor, who, Finn Balor has his alter ego basically within his character. It's a character within a character, and this is called a demon. Finn Balor is another language translation for the word the demon, the terminology. So now you got Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt in this whole demon versus demon thing, except for the fact, and Corey Graves on commentary brought this up tonight. Why wasn't Finn Balor the demon tonight? What was up with him
'Cause
just coming out regular?
I think they're saving that because
Yeah.
you would expect the demon versus the fiend. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very actually happy that that didn't happen because I wanted the fiend to shine. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I wanted the fiend to have his moment because we all know Demon Balor. He's fucking great.
Yeah.
So if they end up, there he is.
Mm-hmm. Good old Finn Balor over here too. This one he's in this demon character.
Oh, with Jack the Ripper style.
Yeah, and he was really creepy and everything too. But like we got to see his match, against the Fiend, and the Fiend. Holy shit, talking about creepy. He just outdid the creepiness, and Finn Balor ain't shit compared to what the
Bro,
fucking Fiend did
the
tonight.
fiend fucking came out. with a lantern of Bray Wyatt's original character's head.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you took a picture of it. I'm gonna actually pull it up right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I mean, granted, bad quality, but I mean, hey, you're taking a picture of his fucking thing. It's all good. Let me see over here really quick. And there it is, man. That's fucking the Fiend. Well, no, that's not it. Here it is. So, by the way, I'm a little distracted. You got a really good video game setup. Anyways. But he took out a severed head of Finn Balor, man, and put on the fucking ring, and the camera angle,
no, you mean Bray Wyatt.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, Bray Wyatt. So my bad.
Yeah.
But, like a severed head with the lantern inside, and I'm kind of like, dude, holy shit, because this is kind of insane that they would do this.
That is not PG.
And by the way, speaking of PG, tonight was the very first pay-per-view. That's TV-14. Tonight was TV-14.
Is it? Wait a minute. Today was TV-14?
Yes.
Where the fuck was I?
I know, right? Attitude Era confirmed, as my boy Trey would say.
Bro. That is ridiculous.
Gary Egan, by the way, I love this Gary Egan because there's a movie called Peanut Butter Falcon, and Mick Foley was in it. And basically, Corey Coleman was doing a review, and he's like, "Yeah, there's these wrestlers. There's Jake Roberts. I remember him. Then there's a guy named Mike Francis Foley, and everybody was like, "Wait, you mean Mick Foley, buddy? One of the biggest hardcore legends of all time. You don't know who the fuck Mike Francis Foley?"
No, I saw that review on YouTube the other day.
Yeah, and it was like, wow, you fucking stupid ass. I was gonna make a joke in there too, like, cause I edited the video and I was gonna put something at the bottom that said asterisk Mick Foley, but I was like, nah, that's my nerdy wrestling fucking, fandom coming out.
Nick's like, I'm gonna hold it back.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, Kirk Lazar's over here too. Hopefully you watched WWE SummerSlam, Kirk. I know I didn't know this a long time ago when Kirk first started watching this, but he's actually a pretty big wrestling fan too, or at least follows it enough to know exactly what's going on. So hopefully you can tell us what you thought too. He says story reason Finn has been brave many times before as Finn, so he felt he could do it again, but he was so wrong. Yes, he fucking was, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, and here's the thing too, when I was watching the match, didn't you feel that Finn was being really stiff with him? Like, the fucking drop kicks he was doing was like, I mean, it hurt me just to watch, dude. It was like, holy fuck. He took the wind out of me.
Maybe. I don't know, only because I was so focused on the Fiend. You know what I mean? But then again, I think if he was stiff, I think he was trying to, like, I think that was the storyline to it. Like, sure. The intimidation, like, shit, what am I supposed to do? This fucking guy's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whoa.
Yo, I'm going here at JoJo Shields. SummerSlam was hands down. Here's the thing, though, JoJo, if you can, make sure to come back in the chat and let us know as to why you felt that way. Because I'm not going to argue with you too much. I do absolutely disagree with you because this is probably one of my favorite shows of the entire year. And this is coming from the aspect of, okay, so when Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff, or apparently Eric Bischoff, because I guess news came out that Eric Bischoff is not doing anything creatively, like they're not letting them have any kind of control over that kind of stuff, but Paul Heyman definitely is. And you can tell. There's lots of stuff that Heyman's doing that you could tell for sure that has a Heyman stamp of fucking approval on there. And people like you and me would know that because we were followers of him back in the ECW days, all that good stuff. But in this situation, though, man, ever since that news came out, I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this because I'm curious about them versus AEW. I know AEW is probably lighting a little fire underneath Vince McMahon's fucking culo, so I know something's got to be changing soon,
Not only that, the Fox executives, they're like, yo, you guys better fix your fucking product before we step in.
Yeah, and Fox has actually came out and literally said, hey, by the way, we do have a fucking plan in case this doesn't work. So I don't think we're stuck with you motherfuckers.
So the executives are like, come on, Vince, come here.
Yeah.
They're like, we signed a multi-year deal. Fix your product, or we'll do it for you.
Exactly. And you don't want them to do that because they don't know wrestling either. So if they start putting their fucking hands in the cookie jar, things are going to start missing. They're not going to be so great. And yeah, it just kind of comes without saying. So in this situation, tonight was the first pay-per-view with the TV-14. They got many characters doing all this new stuff. Bray Wyatt with his look with the the mask.
Fiend.
Yeah, things are starting to change. Even the Brock Lesnar beatdown Seth Rollins on Raw a couple weeks ago was pretty fucking intense for this particular rating of PG.
Is that the one with the whole ambulance bit?
Mm-hmm. And the stretcher spot.
Yeah.
5 in the stretcher. And then Seth Rollins bleeding out the mouth that people were actually complaining about. People were actually getting a hold of USA Network saying, hey, don't show that shit anymore. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to see the blood coming out. And WWE was like, oh, you don't want to see that? Well, we're going to do even more this time, bitch. Like, fuck you. And, man, like, I think it's working, man. This crowd was hot. It was hot the entire time. Oh, what was up? Cause I see you like, what?
Hang on.
What?
Seth Rollins was bleeding out of his mouth, and then people were complaining.
Not wrestling fans, but people that I guess the
Oh,
moms.
oh, wait, is it the same people who think? Okay, yeah, I got you. I'm not even gonna bring that up because I'm not getting political. But
Yeah, no, but yeah, I mean, this happens sometimes. You know what I mean? So,
shh.
people, but like I was worried about that because I was like, fuck, like this would happen with like shows like The Walking Dead or whatever too, where people complain about like violence in a violent TV show, and then the entire product fucking falls to their, to their wants and desires. I mean, it's like I was just so worried because WWE never has their finger on the trigger correctly as far as like product versus like demand and supply. But this, they said, fuck it, we're gonna double down on this shit. I mean, there was bleeding tonight. Randy Orton was bleeding. There was on NXT last night. There was barbed wire used in the steel cage match, dude. Like tons of barbed wire.
I definitely gotta watch NXT tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Cole and fucking Johnny Gargano had one of the best fucking.
I
matches.
heard that match was.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. You know what I mean? Like,
and I did see Johnny Gargano's Wolverine outfit.
yeah, I thought that was a little corny, but it's cool though.
Bro, do you know how many fucking superhero outfits there were tonight too?
I know, but even I get sick of that shit. Even with fucking Seth Rollins, he comes out and he looks like he's doing the Scorpion cosplay and shit at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I know, and I think today somebody brought it up saying, "Is he supposed to be Thor from Infinity War?" I was like,
Oh, I hope not.
And then you had Ricochet with a Nightwing outfit.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, that was a little ridiculous. And they made, and by the way, too, like, man, I love the commentary tonight. By the way, too, like, no one brings that up, especially with Corey Graves. But like, they were talking about just how great, or they were talking about how crazy the outfit was. And not even in a sense of like, oh, it's so great, it's so cool. They're like almost making fun of like, yeah, I mean, he's a superhero. And then Corey Graves even says somewhere within the match between Ricochet and AJ Styles, he's like, with abs like that, why would you cover it up with fake abs? And it's like, it felt like I was sitting back with my buddies just talking shit, because Corey Graves kind of makes you feel like you're there with them, just shooting the shit, talking about the fucking match. You know what I mean? And I loved how he just throws comments out there.
With abs like that, why would you put fake ones up?
Yeah, and this isn't a serious match. It was a big Hurricane Rana spot. It was amazing what they were doing. And then he comes up with a joke like that. So on top of like, and there's one of the things about wrestling that I always loved, by the way, is that if you're not a wrestling fan, within the 3 hours of content they're going to give you, at some point, whether it's the girls, whether it's the titties, whether it's the men with their shirts off, whether it's music, like somewhere in there, something's going to entertain you. It's almost like the perfect snack-sized bit to watch with your family, because even if they're not into wrestling, there's something in there. They're going to be like, you know what? I like that.
I love Kirk Lazarus. They had pyro, so this show was great.
Yeah, and to his point too, he says sucks Johnny's gonna be going to 205 Live. Gotta tell you, man, like some of the stuff at 205 Live, I think they're doing better than like fucking Raw sometimes.
I thought that they were gonna nix 205 Live.
I thought so too, and I think they still are, but I think that they're keeping these storylines alive, like Buddy Murphy being used right now with Roman Reigns, which we'll talk about that right now too. Granted, you haven't been following this because you haven't been watching the shows lately, but me,
yeah,
I felt
I know about the whole thing with the
forklift,
AKA and the whole
big boxes that fell down.
The Eric Rowan shit, or whoever. Is it Eric
Rowan?
Was it Eric Rowan with fucking Daniel Bryan and Buddy Murphy and all that shit?
Yeah, and I think they're trying to allude to, Daniel Bryan has nothing to do with it, but at the same time, I'm starting to put things together. Which, by the way, this is a fun thing about wrestling too, is that it goes to that episodic thing where, just like back in the Attitude Era days, there is a mystery. I have to watch the next episode to find out the next layer of the story. I don't know if you noticed, Shelton Benjamin and Daniel Bryan have this gimmick where they're not talking in interviews, where they put the mic to their face and they just blindly look past the interviewer, or they're just looking blankly in space. And I'm like, man, wouldn't it be cool if Shelton Benjamin, Daniel Bryan, and Eric Rowan have something to do with fucking over Reigns? You know what I mean? And we do need somebody for Kevin Owens to work with after the Shane McMahon thing, because there's been word in the dirt sheets that Shane McMahon's going to be leaving. You know what I mean? At least as far as character.
Didn't Chris Jericho do something like that like many years ago? When he returned, he did not say anything for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, and he'll come out like, yeah, woo, and you get the
woo,
mic.
Yeah, and it just goes away.
Yeah, and it's funny too. I've been noticing this a lot with people my age. But you just said, man, remember that 3 years ago? Yo, bro, that was 7 years ago.
Well, no. I didn't say 3. I said like many years ago.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed this though before. Like, I've been like so many people that I'm friends with will be like, man, remember that fucking gimmick that happened like this many years? And I'm like, holy shit, that was like 4 times as long. Like, what happened? I remember like back in 2003, 8 years ago from 2003 would be 1996, which is completely different. Now, 8 years ago from right now, 2011's much like what we are right now. Like the stage is not that different, the music's not that different. We got the same commentator team. I mean, it's not really.
Close to it.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird how nowadays we kind of stick with an era longer versus back then. 2 years passed and the entire roster's changed. I mean, fuck, like 1996, your top guys is Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Goldust, and then 1998, your top guys is Stone Cold, The Rock, and fucking Ken Shamrock. So it's crazy. It's crazy how things change. But yeah, I mean, I feel like something was definitely missing with the Roman Reigns bit here. I think that after such a big cliffhanger for SmackDown, why wasn't Roman Reigns here to attack Eric Rowan? Especially after Eric Rowan attacking Buddy Murphy in the pre-show match. I just feel like this needed Roman Reigns. I know it's kind of crazy.
You know, that's weird to fucking say. Because the funny thing is they showed that little package earlier on, like maybe midway through the night in SummerSlam.
And then Charlotte Flair starts. And you're like, wait, what the fuck?
Right? And then I'm like, I was like, Roman Reigns doesn't have a match tonight. So what are they trying? And then, you know, the night's going. And all of a sudden, no Roman Reigns?
Yeah, because I thought there'd be something after the Fiend thing, because you need a reason to hit backstage after, you know, the Fiend is doing his, like, looking over his shoulder, Dark Knight Rises poster fucking thing. So I was like, okay.
Man. I was, to be honest, I'm not going to lie. I'm like, nah, he raises his arm up.
Yeah.
You know some Undertaker shit.
Yeah, but, I mean, I feel like this is better than what The Undertaker does, honestly, because, like, Undertaker has a thing where it's like, okay, we got to pretend like this shit still works after 40 years, where it's like, ooh, it's creepy, The Undertaker. But with Bray Wyatt, or The Fiend, which, by the way, I like how they're not calling him Bray Wyatt, they're calling him The Fiend. It's like, This is a new character, so stop calling him fucking Bray, which is great. Thank you so much. But, you know, like, with him, it was legitimately creepy. With that music playing, the drums and everything was cool. But then again, it's like you have something like that where they've been building it for so long. You have, like, the Kofi Randy Orton thing that's been, like, almost 10 years in the making. But you guys couldn't continue a storyline that, like, literally had a cliffhanger days ago. Like, literally days ago. It was SmackDown. It was this Tuesday. Like, what the fuck happened with this Roman Reigns thing? So, I mean, I don't know if that's something that's going to get you interested. Like, are you willing to watch SmackDown in 2 days to see the continuation of that particular angle? Or?
Well, I mean, I'm very, right now, actually, I'm more along invested back into wanting to watch Monday and Tuesday again.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, tonight I had such a great time watching SummerSlam. And the funny thing is, you and I were messaging each other, like, earlier on during the fucking show. And we were talking about, like, how we're giddy tonight and whatnot because it's, like, everything's so good. I was like, I'm sitting there watching it because kids don't do this ever. I'm sitting there driving home from work and I put on the fucking app, the WWE Network. I plug in my auxiliary and I just have it on, like, you know, that way I'm listening to, because I work like 45 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I get out at 7. So I'm like, I can't watch this shit properly. But I had the phone on my console and I'm just mainly listening to it. And whenever I get a chance, I'm glancing at the fucking phone. Don't try this ever.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm just a dumbass for doing it. But, you know, and I'm just sitting there, I'm getting excited. I'm like, fuck, I haven't felt like this in a while. It's like, you know, I was so burnt out from wrestling, like I said, but I feel like it's been almost like a year since I've really sat down and watched wrestling. Like I said, the last time I watched it was WrestleMania. And that was, fuck, how many months ago in April?
Yeah.
You know, like 5-6 months ago almost. So, you know, it's something that I've actually really missed. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to start. And if I don't watch it live, I usually DVR, so I'll just watch it later. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to see what happens next with a bunch of these storylines. This shit right there!
And that's the biggest thing, is like you're saying, like, oh, I was watching it, I was having a good time. One way, and this is like pacing so important when it comes to a show, not just like the matches, not just like what you have booked, but just like, okay, what speed do I need to go throughout this entire thing to make you relax, make you go take a shit, not miss anything important, and then come back and now you're glued to the fucking TV.
Man, I don't know if you saw the picture that I posted, like, during the match with the Fiend. I'm literally like this at the TV just watching, and then the wife takes a fucking quick picture of me. I'm like, bro, I was that invested. I'm like, watch.
Yeah, it was fucking insane. And that's the biggest thing about this too, is you know, like that first match, Becky Lynch, like, you know, you're gonna get a good match with that, with her versus Natalia.
Natalia, yeah.
And they're like, you know what? We're here to entertain you. Plus, people love the man right now, Becky Lynch. So it's like, cool. Let's just let that fucking happen. And then it's almost making you think, like, hey, is Sasha gonna come back, or is Ronda Rousey gonna come back, or what's gonna happen? And nothing really happens. But at least you got like, you know, you didn't know what was gonna happen. It was unpredictable. At the same time, It was just a fun match.
Right.
But then second match, Dolph Ziggler versus Bill Goldberg. You're like, holy shit, it's coming out now. What the fuck? And then you're like, okay, you know what? After 3 minutes, I got my match. I got my Bill Goldberg match. That was cool. That was fun. Had a good time. So hyped. And then Ziggler calls him out again.
Bro, I'm like,
fuck.
yo, does this guy want to die?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my god. And then Goldberg comes out, fucks him up again, and he calls him out again.
Yeah, and here's the thing. So we used to have this co-host, Anthony Wilson Jr., who used to join us on the show. Used to be above me as far as ranking goes. And what his whole issue was when he would do the ringside hangout is that when it comes to stuff like Bill Goldberg, he'd be like, why you guys overhype these old guys? He comes out, he does 2 fucking minutes, who gives a shit? I mean, and around that time, it was around Survivor Series 2017, or 16 actually, and it was him versus Brock.
No, it was, 16. Holy shit.
Yeah,
3 years ago?
3 years ago, yeah. I remember that day, like, perfectly, too, which is fucking insane. But here's the thing, though, is like, you know, it was a 30-second match, or probably even less than, I don't even fucking remember. But the thing is, though, is like that match was like, well, imagine spending all that money to go over there and see a fucking fight like that. You're going to be upset. But then you get a match like tonight where, okay, same thing, 30 seconds to a minute, where the fuck. Which, by the way, I thought Dolph Ziggler was going to beat him really fast because it was like 2 seconds and he was about to win. And I was like, oh my god, that's fucking insane. But
my god, man.
Yeah, and by the way, like, it was shocking. Then it made it unpredictable, which we thought was predictable at first. And then we're like, holy shit, like, what the fuck is Bill Goldberg gonna do? Oh, he kicked out. Oh, he kicked him again. Oh my god. And it just continually, gradually got more unpredictable as we went. And it's only 3 minutes in the match. When it ended, I was like, well, we don't have Drew McIntyre in the show. We don't know what Daniel Bryan's gonna do. Who knows if someone else is gonna come out here and fuck with Goldberg. So now, even though the match was over, we still didn't know what was gonna happen. Because Bill Goldberg comes out to the ring, and Dolph Ziggler is like, who the fuck is crazy enough to call Bill Goldberg out to whoop his ass again? So we thought he had a fucking, like, an idea up his sleeve, some kind of plan. And Goldberg fucks him up. And it's like, dude, you turned something that was like 30 seconds to a minute long, and you made it a 12-minute incredible segment that was probably better than any of, like, Stone Cold's returns or whatever the fuck in, like, the last 6 years. Like, that was amazing.
And, man, my favorite part was, I think, the third time. Because Goldberg fucked off. He's in the back. He's like, man, I'm about to go get. And always like, this motherfucker calling me out again. Man, all right. Oh, he probably had like a stone cold. Probably went, oh my fucking.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that motherfucker right now and whoop his ass. Get out here, pink tight wearing motherfucker.
Like, I'm not gonna lie though. That third spear, I honestly thought that Dolph Ziggler got his back broken. That bitch bent.
Yeah. And Ziggler is just such an amazing fucking, you know, an amazing seller, you know. And by the way, too, like JP's talking about how Roman Reigns was that guy who gets booed so much that they had to mute the booing. Tonight there was some booing, and they left it in. You know what I mean? For not just Roman Reigns, but just these other characters, and just ending some matches, which we'll get there. It's probably the only negative thing we might talk about tonight. But, you know, it's like, I like how the fans were just like, fuck yeah, Goldberg, like just screaming, you know, like, I mean, right now I just showed a clip, and there's a guy in the audience doing almost like that Brock Lesnar guy thing, where
right.
Yeah, and he's almost like knocking the people to his side with his fucking elbows, just freaking the fuck out. I love that stuff, man. It's really cool. But yeah, like with the Goldberg thing, like, did you expect something as good as this? I mean, did you feel like there was gonna be an actual match, or do you think it was gonna be a triple, you know, like knockdown drag out thing that actually occurred?
Well, I highly agree with everything you said about the unpredictability, because when fucking Dolph Ziggler pulled out that super kick, I was like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, he just super kicked Goldberg?
Yeah, man.
And then he did it again, and then I'm like, what is... And then what happened? And then of course Goldberg got up. I'm like, all right, here we go.
Yeah. And Max right here talking about, thanks for catching Extreme Rules against Brock. Really needed the extra month with the title. Yeah, we'll talk about that later on. But sorry, I just didn't want, because sometimes I can't zoom in or scroll up whatever with the chat on screen. So that's why
I see it right here. Yeah.
Yeah, but go ahead though. I'm sorry.
But what was I gonna say? But yeah, man. No, I honestly thought it was just gonna be like, you know, Goldberg came out, squashed him, done. I did not think it was gonna be. I did not think that Ziggler was actually going to get any type of what's the word I'm looking for?
Like
Any type of offense against Goldberg. And then he just super kicked him a couple times, and I was like blown away.
And I feel like the way this ended, even after the beatdowns after the match, I feel like Ziggler was not hurt by this because his fuck youism at the end was like, you came out strong. Like Dolph Ziggler's still a bad motherfucker.
Because to be fair, Ziggler was right.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I told you you're not man enough to go on with me. I was like, wait a minute, you know what? He's kind of right because Goldberg just came out and did a couple moves and that's it. And then what Ziggler was like, come on, man, put your dukes up. Enough with this damn spear and jackhammer bullshit. Give me a fucking fight. So technically, he got him on that.
A little bit.
A little bit, like minuscule, but then at the same time, Goldberg came out and just fucked his ass
and
up.
then even like the whole like he earned Goldberg's respect. I mean, what I like to do with wrestling, especially talking about it and doing a review. I like to pretend the shit's real. I have fun with it. You know what I mean?
Kayfabe, goddammit, kayfabe.
I like the kayfabe, and that's one of the things I loved about when I was a kid. Is like when Stone Cold turned heel, I was like, "You fucking bastard!" But I love Stone Cold. That's all good.
Oh man, like back when we were kids, I literally thought everything was fucking real.
Exactly. So like in this situation, I'm gonna pretend it's real for a second, and it's like at the end, Goldberg, Ziggler earned Goldberg's respect, I think, in the third time he came out because he picked him up and he was gonna fuck him up right away, and he's like, you know what? Let me give you a little like, good job.
And then fuck you.
Well, because like you did call me out though, bitch. I gotta fuck you up, but good job. Like, you're a bad motherfucker.
Right. That's why I was like that third one was bad.
Because it reminded me of do you remember Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy on Raw, the ladder match back in 2002?
Oh yeah, of course, the one that actually Taker went up to Jeff. He was like, all right, man.
Yeah, like good job, motherfucker.
I see. Yeah, like that's why I was like saying, like that third spear was bad. Not bad as it was terrible, like bad as like fuck.
Yeah, man. No, like I love that. And then after that, and this is where we get a little bit negative. Do you feel like they're completely just 100% dropping the ball with Ember Moon?
Okay, yeah. So this was one of my weakest matches of the night. What what was the whole point between her and Bayley? Like, I don't get it.
So basically, Bayley had this thing where she defeated everybody who's kind of came up to her trying to beat her and shit. She's like, you know what? I want to give someone an opportunity that I haven't seen got an opportunity yet, and that's Ember Moon.
Okay.
I want to fight you. But the commentators were pushing the storyline, and even like one of the backstage interviewers asked Bayley this straight up, but she was like, are you giving Ember Moon a chance because you know you can beat her, and you just want to have an easy match at SummerSlam? And Ember Moon's like, wait, is that the case? Because, bitch, I'm going to prove you fucking wrong. I'm going to beat your ass. But every single week, Natalia's fucking up Ember Moon. Alexa Bliss is fucking up Ember Moon. And all the time, Bayley is coming to her rescue. And then Ember, even last Tuesday, pushed Bayley away saying, I don't need your fucking help. Stop trying to help me. Like, I'm going to beat your ass, and I don't want you to be like, oh, well, it's only because you helped me. I'm going to knock you the fuck out. I'm going to win that title. And then tonight, clean as can be, Bayley still won. And it's like, man, you've been making Bayley look so strong the last few weeks, only for her to still remain super strong. Like, that kind of sucks, man. You know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, today, that match was actually one of the weakest ones for me of the night.
Yeah.
It really was. Like, like, every single match throughout the day, I had something for. This one and one other match. Well, this one was, like, my lowest rated match. There was one other one as well, but it wasn't as bad. Like, it was still decent enough, you know? But,
I just think this was a time where you got, like, 6 divas on SmackDown that are not being used right now. Actually, more than that, but let's just ignore, like, the obvious parts. But
don't forget, wasn't there, like, a couple matches during the pre-show with the women?
Yeah, and those were girls that have, like, Iconics versus Raw's tag team of Nikki Cross and fucking, what's her name? Alexa Bliss. I can't believe I forgot her.
Right.
But there's 6 girls that just straight up just weren't being used. And I'm kind of like, well, those girls could have came out and interfered, like, in post-match. Like, it would have been cool if Bayley wins, and then Ember Moon and Bayley shake hands, and then all of a sudden some girls come down and beat the fuck out of Bayley. Then Ember Moon's like, hey, wait, like, even though I just lost to her, you're not going to fuck up my friend. And Ember Moon comes out and still looks strong by beating up a bunch of other girls. That would have been great. But instead, it just ends, and it's like, oh, well, that sucks, you lost.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like, that specific match, I really felt like I had like no connection to it. So.
Mhm. And me, I feel like I've always had connections to Ember Moon's matches.
I do too.
I love
I
her
do
so
too.
much.
'Cause I love Ember Moon, and that's when she came out, I was like, oh shit, okay. And then Bailey came out, I was like, oh.
Yeah, and Bailey is just such a boring champion because she doesn't. She's just a great wrestler, and it's like right now, I got NXT full of great wrestlers because I wish I could bring this up, and I want to make this too long of a show and everything too. Plus, I want to wait till after UC. Maybe we can review it next week. Who knows? I mean, it just depends on their times and everything. But like, goddamn, all the girls like Candice LeRae, Mia Yin, Aaliyah, Sonya, what's her name? Brazier, Sonya Baszler, that's her fucking name. But all these girls are amazing on NXT, and it's like I just watched a show last night with like 4 incredible women pulling off the best fucking matches I've ever goddamn seen, and you get tonight, and I'm just like that really sucks. Like for instance, too, it's a problem when Trish Stratus, being as old as she is, just stole the fucking show. I mean, just amazing,
Bro. She's been gone for how long, and she worked better than some fucking full timers.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, I gotta tell you too,
Like-
I've never been a
like-
fan of Trish Stratus back in the
Like,
day.
granted, like you could see some ring rust on her, but you know she
Yeah.
shit. Like you know, I'm sitting there, I'm like, God damn, she's like working the fucking match, man. Like it's ridiculous against Charlotte. You know.
Yeah, man, and that's the thing too. Is like I don't really care about Charlotte too much. I never liked Trish Stratus, by the way. I thought she was attractive, but back then that's all I gave a fuck about was, hey, is she hot?
Yeah,
You wanna fuck her? And that's it. Yeah.
Back like shit, like in the early days of the Attitude Era, back with Test and Albert, it's like she was a nobody. She was just a manager.
Yeah,
You know,
and-
she didn't start getting more into competitive like what, like mid 2000s.
exactly. No, you're right. Absolutely. And, you know, when the whole Mickey James thing started happening, and then they started saying, hey, let's have Lita and Trish versus each other, making a big fucking angle. So when you get a situation like this, I'm like, dude, holy shit, Trish Stratus fucking was amazing. And by the way, Charlotte Flair, who I didn't like before, today, I am now a Charlotte Flair fan. That fucking won me over. Because the intensity and the face, like just the acting, the physical, like, I gotta fucking beat you.
The storytelling. The storytelling.
Yeah, absolutely. Because she's literally telling the story as she's freaking the fuck out, verbally telling off Trish Stratus, you know, like, you're gonna slap me in the face, bitch, you're gonna slap me in the face, fuck you, you know, the whole thing. And then just like the storytelling as far as the physicality, man, it was like that could have went either way, in my opinion. Like I had no idea who was gonna win that shit, even halfway.
Oh
through.
hell no! I did not know. I'm like, what's happening? You know, it's like Jesus Christ, like they're fucking each other up, like literally. And then that was a long match too. What was it, like almost 20 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes, and I was surprised they gave him that much time. But at the same time, it's like, keep in mind this as well. They had 3 female matches on the main show, not to mention the pre-show. So even though Becky Lynch started the show off, and it wasn't really any big, huge female matches, I think they were like, you know what? The only reason why we're not making one big, huge female match is because we're gonna give these girls some time to fucking wrestle. Like, not just.
I think the biggest thing was that they're also in Trish Stratus's home base too.
Oh yeah, Toronto. Yeah, you're right.
So, like, granted, Natty's from Canada too, but she's from Calgary, Alberta, I think.
Mhm.
I forget. But you know, I mean, they were like, let's give Trish like her time, and she's been gone for how long?
Yeah.
You know.
People were saying, or Looney Tunes was saying that they booed Becky, and yeah, I think that's what you're referring to as well as like, you know, Natalia. You know, she's from there, so they're probably not gonna like Becky as much.
Like, yay.
Another big thing too, though, is I was kind of pulling for Natalia as well. I didn't watch the entire match, so I can't really discuss whether or not the match was quality or not. But I did see the ending, and I was just like, man, I'm kind of bummed that Natalia didn't win. That's another point, like a slight, like half a point taken away, because Natalia, when are they gonna give her some fucking love, man? Like she's fucking amazing.
To be honest, man, I think as far as Natalia goes, she's a fantastic athlete, but that whole bullshit with the fart gimmick and now the cat gimmick that they put her through, I don't know what the fuck they're doing now, but that killed her.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you really quick, man. What was the second match that you felt was, you know, like, okay, it wasn't bad, but it was another thing that you had to take a point off for?
Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston.
Thank you. Yep, I knew we were on the same page there. Me and you are always on the same page when it comes to this shit, man.
Yeah.
What was
Like
your issue with it?
like it wasn't a bad match, but it wasn't on par with the night.
That's what I'm saying too, and I almost feel like, man, for a match that I've been waiting for so long to do, and then the build-up. This is one of my favorite build-ups in a while. And to end off like that, I was like, wait, guys, you did this too well. Like,
Right? I'm like, the funny thing is, I was sitting there talking to my brother-in-law who's there, and I was like, oh shit, this just happened. He's like, yeah, well, it was a bullshit ending. I was like, what fucking ending? And then the ending happened. I was like, oh, yeah, bullshit ending.
and the fans are chanting bullshit. But the thing is, like, I'm wondering, was the fans a little like too entertained? And it's like something like this, they're like, oh, fucking bullshit, when it really probably wasn't bullshit.
Because the thing with that match is that like 80% of it was boring, and the final 20%, when it started getting good, it ended.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was very anticlimactic. That was the problem.
Yeah. That's the thing too. For what it was, it's like sometimes you can have a story that's so good that it's very hard to do something that's gonna match up to the quality of what you're building. But then when you have an ending like that, it's like now you really fucking suck. Yeah, man, I don't know what to really think about it, just because of the fact too that I wasn't even prepared for Randy Orton to be that much of a heel. I thought it was more like he's a heel because of circumstance, but Randy Orton is he just wants the title. And he's like, fuck you, Randy. Or Kofi,
Right.
take it.
And then they kept marketing it as like a 10 years into making this and this. I'm like, okay, great, yeah, okay, 10 years in, okay, I'll go with that, because they've been around for like the longest fucking time. But if you're gonna give me 10 years in the making and then give me that ending, I'm like, so it's kind of like The Rock and Cena, once in a lifetime, twice.
Yeah, and the biggest thing too is like that first Robert Cena is like, okay, you got a year build up, and nothing got more personal. It's just, I'm the best. No, I'm the best. Okay. It's like, oh, well,
Okay.
damn. Like that year, CM Punk and fucking Chris Jericho should have fucking main evented. That was something that was built on like an actual
Oh,
story.
right, WrestleMania 28, right?
Yeah, the one in New Jersey. I think, is that the one?
No, that was the year prior.
Oh, okay, yeah.
29 was the one in Jersey.
Okay, yeah, and then that's the one you went to, correct?
Right.
Yeah, lucky motherfucker. Because you guys see CM Punk as Undertaker.
I did.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't I go? I live 10 minutes from that bitch at the time.
Yeah. Fucking lucky son of a bitch. The thing is, though, I live like 5 minutes away from Arizona Cardinals Stadium, and that's when they had WrestleMania in 2010 at 26 or 24 or something like that. And that's the one I really want to, like, I hope they come back to Arizona, because they'd be, I mean, literally I could see the stadium from my house. So,
Right.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
But yeah, back to the match. Like, I'm not dropping a whole point for it. It's definitely like, we'll get to the ratings later.
Yeah, I know. Because, by the way, I always forget my ratings now when it comes to this shit, because we don't do it. So it's gonna be hard to decide.
It's out of 5, man. It's out of 5.
Thank you so much. Do we do point system too? Like something point something out of 5?
Yeah, it was like 3.5 out of 5 or.
Okay, so in 5s. All right, cool.
Yeah,
Luckily,
yeah.
it's not like a 0.2 or whatever. I'll be like, oh fuck, I don't know.
No, fuck all that. Just out of 5. Make it easy.
Remainder of 4 and all that shit.
Yeah. Dude, out of 5, but in 0.25s.
There we go. There
you go. Make it easy, man.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, though, man. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, those two were like my lowest matches of the night.
Now, right above those, it was gonna be bullshit, but it did get kind of better. Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, and I think Max said that in the chat, or somebody said that in the chat. Oh,
yeah. But you already knew that was gonna be the way it was gonna be. Come on, we all knew.
Yeah. The thing is I had to give it a point, not taken away. I had to give it one for the fact that I did not predict the ending. I thought, because the stupid stipulation, obviously Shane's gonna win, and then Kevin Owens is gonna be more rebellious, quote unquote, by coming to the arena and starting shit, even though he's not employed anymore. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
I honestly thought that Kevin Owens was gonna like bash the fuck out of Shane and get caught with the chair.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that was gonna happen. I'm like, I feel like that's gonna happen because they kept hinting at it. Every time he had a fucking chair in his hand, the ref's like,
"Hey, don't you do that!
Don't you do it! Don't! What?
That's it.
like,
Go to your room, goddamn.
Yeah, go to your room. No dinner for you. But
no more doing Stone Cold fucking moves, goddamn.
But so I honestly thought that was what's going to happen, because usually when they tease shit like that, that's what ends up happening.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't happen.
No, which is great. I mean, I think that the lack of doing the shit that we thought was going to happen. Plus, too, you don't want to overbook because every match had a little bit of an overbooking except for the women's matches. So I think that if it was some shit where like Drew comes out and then this guy comes out and Cedric Alexander comes out, that would have been kind of crazy.
I honestly was surprised that Drew did come out and Elias was the fucking enforcer. I was surprised. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And plus, too, I thought too, Elias can still be part of the show by just doing little segments as the Drifter, like. Someone walks backstage, where's Roman at? And then, I'm Elias, and I play the guitar.
Yeah, where's Roman? I'm like,
I don't know. Jed over here saying, fuck Shane. Yeah, here's the thing, too, man. Are you feeling what people are feeling about hating Shane and being sick of how much time he's getting? Because I don't agree with that. I actually like Shane as a heel a lot.
that's the only way Shane is usually good as a fucking heel. Not to mention, like, he's supposed to be like, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, a big man. So it's like.
Oh yeah, that is true. He is a big man.
Yeah, he has to be an asshole, right? Big man, fuck me, man. Yeah, man. Like, here's the thing too. It's like you had that going on, and I know like overbooking. We just talked about how we don't want to do that, but like Samoa Joe is in a hardcore storyline right now. Why didn't he come out, or Braun Strowman, or somebody? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I almost want to take a point away just for the slight example of you have potential. You have all these tools you can use, and you didn't use any of them. You just said Shane versus Kevin Owens, stunner, boom, done. I'm like, you're not fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stop trying to be Stone Cold. Like, his stunner's not even that good, by the way. Kevin Owens' stunner looks like Vince McMahon's stunner.
But don't forget, I mean, the stunner was out way before Stone Cold, and he's not using the Stone Cold stunner, which is good.
Yeah. True.
Because, I mean, if you think about it, he's not doing the whole kick thing, and he's not doing the whole... He's just, bow, done, It's like...
But, like, it doesn't look as good as Disco Inferno's, dude. Like, Disco Inferno's is better than fucking Kevin Owens.
But then again, Disco Inferno was probably more agile than fucking Kevin Owens.
But this is the biggest thing, too, is, like, stop being fat. Like, that's another thing I'm sick of, too, is these fucking wrestlers. Y'all don't got no time to go to a goddamn gym? Come on, Kevin Owens. He's about to get one of the biggest pushes in a long fucking time. He's using Stone Cold's finishing move. Holy fuck. I mean, what a fucking rocket up the ass to the fucking moon you're getting. And you're going to do a stunner, and then, like, every time he does a stunner, but he doesn't pop up again and doesn't move. He's just like, ugh, stunner. Okay, now I'll climb over you. It's like, fuck.
It's alright. But I will say one thing. Like, he was gone for some time, Kevin Owens, and he comes back and it has a whole sleeve full of tattoos. I was like, what do you do? Go away, get tattoos, and come back? What the fuck?
Did you read the How to Be a Badass, like, Stone Cold book? Like, I think men's supposed to have tattoos. Tattoos. I guess I'll get those. Maybe next week he'll have fucking trunks.
It's like Chris Jericho. He went away for some time, comes back, new tattoos. I was like, what the fuck?
Joined the Hell's Angels and shit.
Right? But, like I said, like, I don't have a problem with, what's his name? Kevin Owens doing the stunner or anything like that. I didn't really have a problem with the match at all. It wasn't really a match that I was going to take seriously. I wasn't going to give points off or anything for it because I already knew what it was going to be about. There was really no big stipulations, and they're not going to sit here and be like, oh, Kevin Owens is going to lose. He's going to quit. No, fucking no. He ain't going nowhere, goddammit. We already went through this once.
Yeah,
with him and No, yeah, we already went through this once with him and Sami Zayn. They got fucking fired from one show and then ended up on the other.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So, yeah, I won't take a point away, but I will say very fucking close to losing a point because Kevin Owens, it's your time to be a big deal. Don't fuck it up by like enjoying that money too goddamn much and going to fast food all the fucking time.
So here's the thing. See, here's the thing though. So like you just said it, like injury time or whatever. This is actually a good thing because maybe we could get off of Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon now.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's another good point too because I'm like, okay, well, you're still fucking with Elias, and he's starting shit with you. And Elias, here's the thing about Elias: his character is so like just plain and just so silly. He'll never be in a really big storyline until he just drops the whole guitar gimmick. This is a good time for him and Kevin Owens to do something until like Survivor Series. You know what I mean? Like have Kevin say, "Fuck it, I beat up Shane. I cut the head of the fucking snake. All you motherfuckers are next. I'm getting Sami Zayn. I'm getting fucking goddamn Drew. I'm getting Elias. All you motherfuckers is mine. It's mine." You know? I'm gonna grab you. I'm gonna fucking stun on you.
Jesus.
I get so intense about this shit. No, here's the thing, man. One of the matches that wasn't really a big deal, and I don't know why we talking about this so late into the show, but Ricochet versus AJ Styles was fucking amazing.
It was really good.
Yeah, I mean we talked about
Oh my.
somewhat about like the jokes that they're making and everything too, but I gotta tell you, man, the OC, how like positive are you about their future? Do you think that the OC, the club's gonna be a pretty big fucking thing or no? I promise you guys, he's not frozen.
No, I'm really a deep thought only because they fucked up a lot with them.
But they gave him the titles. They still got
They-
the Uso
they-
feud going on right now. They got the New
Yeah,
Day feud potentially.
You know what? The best answer is it remains to be seen.
Yeah, I mean I agree. But if I had to choose whether they're going to fail or succeed, I think right now is where they succeed, and I think right now is a time where they're gonna bring other people. Like, here's another person who was missing tonight, Nakamura. Wouldn't it be a great fucking time for Nakamura to join the club on Raw, like within the next couple of weeks?
That'd be cool.
And then with the Adam Cole and how that shit's going, and most of Undisputed Era lost last night on NXT, they're gonna leave NXT eventually. And it's like once they do, that's 4 guys that don't got shit to
Wait,
do.
hold on. Don't forget tomorrow's Raw. So
There's always big moments that happen right after.
a big, like one of the big 4. There's
Yeah.
always big moments that happen after a takeover and a big show. So we'll see what happens.
Because here's the thing, man. Like, for one, NXT is now going to go head-to-head with AEW. Triple H already announced it, everyone. So, it will be the Wednesday Night Wars now. Which, by the way, NXT should not be doing that. I don't know why you fucking try to fuck up NXT, yo.
Well, no, you know what? It's not Triple H's fault. NXT has been on fucking Wednesday nights for God knows how many years. It's these assholes.
Yeah. No,
They're-
you're right.
You know, it's like, wait a minute, hold up. Every fucking Wednesday at what, like 8 o'clock? I think 8 o'clock or whatever. It's fucking NXT. It's been like that ever since the WWE Network has been fucking
thing.
live.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years. 5 years. 5 years. 5 years.
Can you
know,
dig it?
Can you dig? But, so it's been 5 years. And these guys come out of nowhere. Yeah, we're going to be on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Really?
And the only reason why is because they don't want to pick on the big dog of the yard, SmackDown or Raw. They don't want to fuck with them.
No, because the biggest thing is because NXT is the closest to AEW in WWE.
Yeah. But the thing is, too, they also know, too, and it's almost like this weird, like, because they know, most of these guys in AEW know how WWE works, and they're like, we
Right.
guarantee you that if we fuck with NXT, who's going to come in to try to help NXT beat us? And Vince McMahon, which will definitely be the nail in the fucking coffin that we need them to have so we can beat fucking NXT. So they
Right.
know what they're doing, and I bet Triple H is like, you fucking bastards, I know you guys know what the fuck you're doing. Why are you fucking with me? So we'll see what happens.
But the funny thing is, between the two, it's like it's not like it was back in the day. You know, like with Monday Night Raw and then Monday Night Nitro. It's not like that. It's not like you could just flip between channels. It's literally, oh, I got an app right here, and oh, here's TNT.
Yeah, NXT's gonna get its views. There's no
Yeah.
worry about it. They're gonna get their views, and the biggest thing
Oh.
too.
Oh yeah, so they're gonna get the views, but it's like it's a little easier, I think, now because you could literally have your phone in your hand watching NXT on the fucking network, and then here's AEW. I saw almost at A&E. AEW
You watch live PD or wrestling.
or fucking a Duck Dynasty, but so it's like, you know, you could watch the WWE Network on like a tablet or like your phone, and then you have TNT watching AEW right there. So you could literally do both at the same time. Did they say if AEW is going to be at 8 o'clock? Like, did they have a timestamp?
I don't remember if they did. And plus, too, that stuff's never really settled because, like, I think the first night might be a special time just because we gotta get as many views as we can this first fucking time you go up, and then
Right.
afterwards they could change it. That's not with TNA. TNA tried like for 2 weeks, fucking 3 hour show on the same time as Raw, and then they got out of it. I don't know. What the fuck happened.
See, here's the thing. TNA is smart. They're like, let's go Thursday after these guys.
Yeah.
You know, we'll give these guys like another type of like show. Granted, it'll be on a fucking channel no one gets, but we'll go on Thursday.
Or on Twitch that everybody has because they put other shit on Twitch too. Very
Right.
smart.
Right, they do.
Yeah,
That is-
Impact Wrestling, by the way, like they're like, you know what? Fuck it. We have the people that are gonna support us, and that's all we need right now. We're making Twitch money. We're above what WWE is doing right now because WWE doesn't know that television's old and people are online all the time. We are
Right.
trying to go after that Fortnite watching crowd. Like we want to go and get the fucking crowd that's young. And,
But see, that's fucking brilliant that they just put it on Twitch. Like, for example, if only WWE could learn and say, okay, just go on Twitch or just stay on your network. You don't have to go on USA or fucking Fox.
You know, Vince is gonna want to fucking do like, hey guys, MySpace Live, yeah, internet, tout, yeah, you know, and
That boy is gonna be so fucking old. He's gonna put it on Zanga.
Uncle Zaw, download it, yeah.
Oh yeah, tout. He's gonna put it on tout.
You peep. Fucking love Vince, man.
Jesus.
His birthday's coming up too this month, but I can't wait to have some kind of storyline where he has to fight somebody. Have you noticed that, like, usually when it's his fucking when it's his birthday, he does something where it's like some kind of appreciation for him, like some documentary, or he's part of a storyline, or he does a promo.
And then some bullshit happens.
Exactly. Kirk saying Ninja's helping Impact Wrestling, yeah.
Like the one year there in fucking Vegas and DX brought out like the showgirls and shit.
I was like, no, I don't want this, but fuck.
And they're just fucking with Vince.
No, Vince is funny as shit, man. I love that fucking you peep. I just watch those promos. It's fucking great.
My God.
But big time, man. Main event. I mean, granted, I do want to talk about the Fiend again, but we
will.
Vince McMahon, Brock Lesnar, which might as well be Vince McMahon. Gotta tell you, pretty upset they lost the belt tonight. I'm sorry, Max. I know Max is gonna tell me I'm a fucking asshole for that, but man, how you gonna give this boy the fucking belt? Then he's just gone. He's just gonna lose the belt again. What the fuck is the point in that shit?
Hold up. Can we actually be can we actually just sulk in the moment where we actually saw Brock wrestle?
Yeah, well, can we? Well, yeah, I've been watching lately, but Brock's been on every single show.
I know, but fucking Seth brought it out, man. Like, compare this fucking match to their WrestleMania match, dude.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, shit, why didn't I get this back in April?
But I think the biggest reason why, because I guarantee you, and I know it's like I'm saying lots of mean shit about people that I probably shouldn't say, but I guarantee you Brock was like, this fucking female-led WrestleMania is going to have me at the beginning match? Fuck these bitches. You know what? I'm giving you a lame-ass match, and then getting out of this. You can have your Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. I don't give a fuck.
Well, to be fair, I mean, it was better than last year.
Yeah.
In New Orleans.
It was better than a lot of fucking WrestleManias recently.
Yeah, see, it's like this match. This shit was long. This shit was like, what, like 15, 20 minutes? Well, at least it felt like it. I don't even know what was the actual time.
It was long, but there was a lot of resting. I think there was a lot of Seth Rollins.
But the funny thing is there was a lot of resting, but at the same time, they deserved that shit because they were fucking each other up.
Yeah,
like, I mean, at one point they're just really just slamming. Like, I was blown away that Seth kept doing. Yo, come on.
Yeah,
that was great.
But here's the thing, though. Well, one thing too that keep in mind, people, I'm in kayfabe mode, so please forgive me for my fucking lame shit right now. Seth Rollins, his ribs are fucked up. They're broken. Okay, they actually said they're broken like 2 weeks ago. This guy's doing flips and shit.
That motherfucking Brock is lifting him from the fucking bench.
Yeah. I mean,
when I saw that, I was hysterically laughing. I was like, yo, he just picked him up like a rag doll from the fucking bed.
And, I mean, it was a great match, but it's just like storytelling-wise, this had the weakest story of all of them as far as like physicality within the match.
I mean, well, hold on. I don't know how many times. Yo, I actually was blown away that Seth actually got him through the fucking table. I thought that Brock was going to get up and Seth was going in solo.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at this stuff too. You know, it's like Seth Rollins is doing this whole thing, but it's like, if you got the badges on and you're selling it, let's not get corny with the like, I could do everything because I want to win so badly.
Man, I know exactly what you're saying because at one point when this is like right after he like pushed Brock out of the ring, and then Seth was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do it. I was like, don't do that suicide dive. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't." And he's about to do it, and then he does it like 3 times. I was like, "Oh, god damn it!"
And if he's gonna do it, then let him do it, but then have him lose because this is stupid shit. But when he does it and he still wins, it's like, well, then there goes the weight of the whole fucking thing. Like, you mean to tell me Brock Lesnar almost killed this motherfucker the last 2 weeks, back to back, and he still fucking lost?
Hey, it's still a real to me, goddammit.
Okay, just some silly shit. And then he has the manager, Paul Heyman. So Paul didn't get the referee. Hey, look over here, dumb fuck. Hey, like, couldn't do none of that shit. This is stupid.
It's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay.
Fun match, good
Like,
match.
like I said, man. They didn't fuck each other up. I'm not gonna lie.
They did. They fucked each other up. It was good. It was a good match.
I swear to God, like I just want to go back, watch this shit, and just go on YouTube and see if somebody got that fucking. Wait, just get it with the fucking bit. I can't get over that, bro.
Here's the thing, too, and I just got to put this out there because we don't get a chance to do many wrestling podcasts, so I just want to say for the last 3 months, Seth Rollins is carrying this entire fucking company on his back. I know he's getting a lot of flack for him, like, talking shit about Jon Moxley and just defending WWE in general, but dude, guys, you know, his fucking paycheck is signed by WWE.
I was just about to say, I'm like, yo, Vince signs that fucking dude's, like, paycheck.
His life.
Yeah, I was like, he has to take their side.
Yeah, so you...
But internally, he's probably... Right after he posts that shit, he's probably like, yo, John, bro, I love you, bro.
Yeah, like, I'm so sorry, dude, but you know how
You
it is
know-
in here.
You know how it is.
And John Moxley's probably like, well, hey, man, AEW doesn't give a fuck. You should just talk shit and come on over here. It's like, no, because I know a fucking flame or a pool of fire before I walk into it. I'm like, yo, dumbass. Like, you know.
Right.
Because AEW is going to be cool. I will admit it's going to be cool. But I will say AEW, with Cody Rhodes, like, yeah, fuck it, Triple H every single minute he gets. AEW is starting off in a bad direction. They got to tell Cody Rhodes to shut his stupid, immature ass up for a little bit.
His wife, too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know too much about Brandy Rhodes. Is she saying about that shit?
Well, she did at one point, from what I remember. I'm like, okay, y'all both need to stop.
Yeah, just do your own shit.
Just bring it down. Just two notches.
Because here's the thing, like that whole show, like that first AEW show, the Double or Nothing, where the fuck, I forgot what it was called.
Oh, All In.
All In. Okay, yeah. But like that show was amazing, and then when Cody punches, or not punches, but uses a sledgehammer to break the throne, I was like, you mean to tell me?
I was like, how are you going to sit here and say you're not going to piggyback off WWE? You're piggybacking off WWE.
Yeah, you're actually using the fucking dude's gimmicks on your show now. And then he did it again, like, you know, they ended this match, and then it was like a long celebratory, like, thank you all for watching, blah, 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 and that would have been cool to end it right there. And, you know, those minutes that were, you know, used to talk about WWE right after that part, he could have used it for another match and made it even better. But instead, we wait 10 minutes for him to go, well, are we still on? I don't care if we're still on the air. WWE, just tell you guys, fuck you, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, sir. You know, like, this would have been great to be added to the female match that we needed more time with. You could have told more stories in this entire show. Even make longer video packages so we can get to know these characters more. But instead, you want to make it about WWE. Like, go ahead.
And WWE is probably like, who is you?
Yeah, Cody.
You know?
Well, they started us talking shit. We didn't give him a chance.
It's like, whose man's is this? Get him.
It was like Stardust, the son of, or the little brother of Goldust, who we also don't give a fuck about, who are the sons of a dude that we put in polka dots. Like, we don't give a fuck about you, Rhodes.
But yeah, so it's like, you know, I'm not shitting on AEW or anything, but I am shitting on, like, you know, how they are, like you said, like, they're the way that they are, the way that they're acting, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Like, when this new show comes out, this October, I don't even know what the front, like, Wednesday Day Wrestling Time, or whatever the fuck it's going to be called. I hope that they just build their own storylines, man. Any promos I see, I want it to be about this guy versus this guy and why I should give a fuck.
Right.
You know
exactly, right. And
yeah.
And, like, you know, it's like, wish the best of them, but at the same time, what these guys in AEW are doing is exactly what I've said about the wrestling industry in a nutshell. It's like, everyone's so fucking petty.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, not
everyone
petty,
is so fucking petty. Like, you know how petty the goddamn industry is? There has to be some motherfuckers out there that do shows the same night as, like, WrestleMania events. I was like, why?
Yeah.
Just because everyone's there for WrestleMania and not everybody else got to capitalize? Like, it's healthy competition. No! That's not healthy competition. You've never, ever seen WWE do a fucking pay-per-view event the same day TNA does. Mm-hmm. I was like, and you've also, like, never in your life seen fucking NXT TakeOver the same day as, like, a boxing event. You know? Everyone has their days. You know? It's like, there's a lot of pettiness that goes on.
Solid is the same. AEW TV isn't going to be promo heavy. They have said that many times, which is awesome. I didn't know about this because here's the thing, man. Like, The only things I've seen in dirt sheets about AEW is TV deal, and they talk shit about this other person. And I'm like, that's almost an issue for me because I'm like, I wish I knew more positive stuff. Like right there, what you just said, Solidus, is some great shit, and I'm glad that they're saying that. I wish I would have read it before. Maybe it's my fault.
Did they even announce? Hang on one second. Did they even announce like what their shows are actually going to be like? How long they're going to be, or anything like that?
I believe it's a 2-hour show, but I could be wrong. Tell us if you can. Correct me if I'm wrong, or you, Kirk. I know both you, Kirk, and Max, actually. By the way, I like how most of these guys in here are big wrestling followers, yet still within the Double Toast community. Solidus said 2 hours, so yay, I was right for once. Just once, though. God damn it. I think 2 hours is good. I think it's a good time, too, by the way. That and yes, Max, it was only 3.5 hours. Actually, 3 hours and like 40 minutes, but...
Not including the fucking kickoff.
Yeah, the kickoff basically is 5 hours and 45 minutes, which is almost fucking 6, which is goddamn crazy.
Exactly. God damn.
But the thing is, though, is 2 hours, I think, is going to be refreshing. Because SmackDown, man, I love watching SmackDown. It's an easy show to watch, man, for the 2 hours.
It's the sweet spot.
Yeah.
The 2 hours is a sweet... Like, for me, for example, when I was watching SummerSlam tonight, I was like, shit, it's like fucking 9:30. And I'm like, yeah, I'm having a great time, but I'm like, damn. It's like we're going on almost 4 hours.
You almost do that thing with your hand when you do like the moving on signal where like they're showing like, hey, by the way, this has been brought to you by Cricket Wireless. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what Cricket is fucking wireless in this motherfucker. Like, I gotta go to sleep. I don't like Cricket anyway.
He's like, I gotta go to sleep.
Shit. Cricket Wireless. Yeah, I want to hear Cricket, so I'm knocking out right now. You fucking
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. I was actually happy when they kept showing the Mayans trailer. I was like, "Oh, I'm getting psyched for that shit."
Yeah, I don't even know. I saw that trailer. I was like, "Oh, it's cool that they're showcasing some other shit that's not just this." Because I thought they were gonna keep showing that Stone Cold show that's coming up tomorrow, and I was like, "Man, I hope that this doesn't push it."
Right. What was it called? Like All About Steve or
yeah, straight up Austin, straight up
Stone Cold. Yeah, straight up Steve Austin or some shit. Like.
Yeah, straight up my ass, straight up stunners.
Straight up Steve Wozers.
But yeah, man. But I guess back to the Brock Lesnar thing. Here's the thing. To be positive, I will say that I give it props for being unpredictable. I did not think Brock Lesnar was going to lose a belt tonight. I thought that was the whole purpose of doing what they were doing the last 2 weeks. And I am surprised it wasn't overbooked. I thought a big match like this, Goldberg's here. Maybe he might come out. Undertaker's been showing up more often. Maybe he'll come out. Maybe Samoa Joe. But none of that happened. It was just a straight up like guy versus guy, and there was a winner. Boom. And that's cool. I gotta give it some love for that. Time for the fucking whole show. I gotta tell you, this was pretty close to a perfect fucking show. As far as in this generation goes, this was... you told me, and I'll admit that I felt the same way. I just didn't want to say it personally. Yeah, I almost got a tear in my eye, too. That's some beautiful shit, dude.
Man, when The Fiend came out, I was like... Shit.
I mean, that has to be one of the best characters since Kane from the 1998. It was up there, dude. Like, for me, when I first saw Kane when I was a kid, I was like, that's fucking scary. The way he talks, the way he's just, like, so robotic, breaking through the Hell in a Cell cage. And seeing The Fiend, that entrance is some eerie shit, dude. Like, that theme song, I want to download it right now. I want to go and get that shit.
And the best part is the old theme reworked.
Yep.
Like, terrifying. I was like...
Jackson's crying ass.
man, I was fucking shit.
Well, you cried many times, because you cried when Undertaker fucking decided to change his clothes like Mr. Rogers in the fucking ring. Like, you're just like, oh, God, Undertaker. He's taking his coat off. He's leaving forever.
Hey, hold up now. If we talk about Mr. Rogers, that's the motherfucking Fiend right now.
No shit, right? Yeah, with the puppet scene.
Yeah, man, because I remember the first time they did this whole Firefly Funhouse thing. I was like, Firefly? What the fuck? I was like, somebody watching Devil's Rejects or some shit. Yeah. But then I saw this, I was like, the fuck are they doing? This is like earlier on, like, when they're starting to showcase this
Yowie
Wowie. I was like, what the fuck is this Yowie Wowie shit? And then I'm watching more and more and more, and then all of a sudden you see glimpses of the Fiend. I was like, the fuck was that?
Do you remember those like 3 weeks where people just like, it's like, coming up next, Dolph Ziggler is gonna fight this guy, and then in the background you just see like this little fucking inch of a puppet looking at him? Do you remember that stuff?
Yeah, it was like that, whatever the fuck, I forget what it was. And then the puppets look creepy as shit. Yeah. I was like, yo, somebody literally was watching Mr. Rogers, and they were like, let's evil him up.
Yeah. Like, what would happen if this was a serial killer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Like, what would happen if Mr. Rogers was a murderer?
Yeah.
And you know, the funny thing is, today I'm sitting there watching it, the Fiend coming out, and I really got the feeling like today was literally almost the same feelings that I got back in WrestleMania of 20 in 2004 when the Undertaker returned as
Yeah.
the
Yes, from Paul Bearer.
and yeah, you hear that shit, and then Undertaker comes back as like, you know, the dead man and whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, because that's what got me into that's what got me back into wrestling back then, was the whole thing between him and Kane, and how they were building the fucking story with that shit, and Taker's not even there.
Yeah.
You know, like, we were like, what the fuck? We don't even know where Taker is or how Taker's gonna be. Blah 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 blah. The whole thing with the Fiend. Granted, we knew with the Fiend and everybody, but seeing today, like, the actual debut, like an entrance and shit, I'm like, fuck, the Fiend got me back into this shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you build certain characters like this, you will get like. I was sold on Sanity and Eric Young and Killian Dane and everybody, and I was like,
Of
this is
course,
fucking great.
yeah. And then, you know, that happened.
Yeah,
But,
and here's the thing. That's the biggest thing about this, man. And I was telling Jex as she was watching this with me, and I was like, they better not fuck this up, because here's the thing about this new character. He is so fucking creepy that this can run out faster than any other fucking flame on any other character ever, because it takes 2 weeks to make a motherfucker like this boring.
you know what they should fucking do with the Fiend? Make him the special attraction.
Yep, don't have him on tonight or tomorrow for Raw. No
Like,
Fiend.
like, put him on like once every couple weeks.
Yep, exactly.
Like, do some promos.
Mhm.
Don't put him on a match.
Or have him do like the okay, my favorite Undertaker, by the way, no one ever brings this one up, but like my favorite Undertaker was Ministry of Darkness Undertaker, because he'd be there, but he would not move. He would come in and Viscera, Median, Bradshaw, Farouk, they go out there and they whoop ass. And Undertaker's just right there, just watching, just like, yeah, fuck him up, bring him to
Yeah,
me.
because he had everybody else do the fucking dirty work.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this guy in the Wyatt family and everything too. I mean, what are those other Muppets or puppets, whatever, representing? Are they representing other characters? Because once again, we got Daniel Bryan not talking. We got Shelton Benjamin not talking. We need Shelton Benjamin to do something. Why not have him be part of the new Wyatt family? Where's Luke Harper at? Have Luke Harper.
Oh, hold on. It's not the Wyatt family. The Firefly family.
There you go. Or the Fireflies. Call them the Fireflies.
Fireflies.
Call the Buzzards. Call them the Buzzards. Fuck it.
Holy shit. Like, they got the buzzard fucking puppet and everything, too. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
they literally just took Bray Wyatt's old shit and just made it better.
Yeah, I mean, and there's so many characters you can have here. Have him have all the guys from Sanity come back and be part of his team. Where's Lars Sullivan? He's been gone for the last few months. Have him come back. And
Oh,
have
wait.
him be one of
Wasn't
the-
he? Oh, I think he got injured.
Maybe he did, but even if he's injured, just have him come back at some point. Like there is so much wiggle room you can do with this character and a stable, to the point where he can stay fresh if we have a bunch of minions of his just doing a bunch of shit, and just having him watch over like. Fuck
Right.
yeah! Like I love this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Kirk
see,
saying
look-
Lars hurt bad. Yeah.
Yeah, see, like, I remember, like, they said he was supposed to be out for, like, a while.
Yeah, I think he's suffering a severe. I said the wrong thing about Vince McMahon's daughter on Twitter, and and Vince gave him a boot up the fucking ass because Lars. I was surprised he even got.
Or he's suffering a bad case of racism.
Yeah, that too. Oh yeah, he was saying some fucked up shit too around then.
Oh yeah, this was like what, on a bodybuilding set, like God knows how many years ago.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I heard that that's what they kind of wanted his character to be.
Yeah, but sometimes if you just say something like that, like, people will not react to a guy like that, even if he's a heel or face. And be like, no, fuck this guy. We'll do whatever we can to stop him because.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's
But,
2019. You can't be racist in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I really think that they should do with the Fiend, like make him like a special attraction.
One thing too is, and I hate to keep harping on the stable part of this or faction part of it, but did you hear about how Vince doesn't like the fucking which I don't.
The
blame
Viking
him.
Raiders?
Yeah.
I heard about that shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, they're terrible. I mean, let's be honest, dude. They're bad. I mean, they're good wrestlers, but come on, the Viking Raiders? Are you fucking kidding me? Is this 1982? What the fuck? The Viking Raiders. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. The
well, hold
Viking
on.
Raiders.
I mean, it's better than the Viking experience.
Oh Jesus.
Also Vince's idea.
Yeah, or Jim Cornette's. Oh, it's a Midnight Express or Midnight Experience, whatever the fuck this shit was called. I don't know, man.
Well, you know, the Midnight Express, that was fine, like
But like,
30,000
what is this shit?
years ago.
But is this like NWA now? Like, what, the Viking Raiders is some shit. Like, I expect Big Van Vader to fucking come out too. Like, it's weird. It's some weird shit.
I really think like if they wanted to continue the Viking thing, they should just call it the Vikings.
There you go. And don't dress them up in fucking Viking wear. Is this Deadliest Warrior? Why are they coming out and just like dun 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 dun? We're Vikings. Meanwhile, half the fucking audience in here is like, "What's a Viking? I don't know, what the fuck?" So like, this is some silly shit. And the same show, by the way, they got Street Profits. You know, like, yo, what's up, dog?
Oh, Street Profits. Where have I seen that? Oh, Crime Time.
Yep, exactly. Although they're not as insulting as Crime Time. And I will say their match last night in NXT was some of the best shit I ever saw.
Although Crime Time back in the day was fucking hilarious.
They were
just
hilarious, but imagine being a different skin color and watching that shit, and then basically saying, "Oh, you're black. Well, you steal cars, then, don't you?" It's like, yeah, fucking A. That's a little much. You know, I felt that way.
Yeah.
I'm not sensitive, but like the Mexicools piss me the fuck off, and I don't care about my culture that much, but that pissed me the fuck off.
Ah, the Mexicools.
God, they drove on lawnmowers to the ring, for fuck's sake. Come on, man. Come the fuck on.
And then you had, what's his name? Chavo Guerrero as Mike what? Was
Herman
Herman White?
Herman White, yeah, and then Eddie Guerrero, light, cheat, steel. Because Mexicans lie, cheat, and steal, right? Fuck you. God, dude, WWE pisses me off sometimes. But anyways, overall rating, for me, I give this a 4.5 out of 5. The only thing taken away is that fucking Randy Orton Kofi Kingston ending, as well as the Ember Moon match. Because honestly, I love Ember Moon. It's not even an attraction thing. I love her character. I love her music. I love her finisher. The best finisher in the entire fucking business right now. That's how I do a stunner, Kevin Owens. Watch Ember Moon, you fucking dumbass. Aside from that, though, yeah, this was the best show I've seen since, I don't know which WrestleMania it was, but WrestleMania recently was better than this. Aside from that, though, this was fucking, I can't tell you how amazing this was. I had a great time. How about you, good sir?
I agree. 4.5 out of 5. The same exact things. The two matches that we spoke about was like the weakest ones. Like I said, the Randy Orton Kofi Kingston match was not bad. It's just, yeah. But the Ember Moon,
an amazing show. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I had such a great time tonight, and it was kind of like, slowly invigorating me wanting to watch wrestling again. Because like I said, I was so out of it. Like, I don't know how many episodes of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown are recorded on my DVR going, I don't know how far back, but I know I have to go back and I'm like, shit, delete all. because they're all old by now. But yeah, I've never been changing. That's just like recording every goddamn week. But I'm really thinking, starting to watch again because I do miss it.
Yeah. No, and I missed it because I only skipped like 3 weeks after we stopped watching it. Because I'm like, every now and then I'll come in, I'll watch fast forward all the shit I don't like. And I think like the last thing that happened where I was like, okay, now I'm never watching was the B Team changing their theme song, and then they started losing all of a sudden. And because they were my favorite thing for a bit, the B Team. After that went down the shit, I was like, that's it, I'm never watching this shit again. And then I started watching it again once they said Bischoff and Paul Heyman are doing it. And gotta tell you, Paul Heyman, I fucking love Paul Heyman. I love you so much, Paul.
Yeah. So when I first heard that announcement, I'm like, you know what? Okay, I hear you. That's gonna be great. I was like, let me wait because that's just not gonna happen overnight. So I was like, that's why I was like, let me wait on it. Let's see where that goes. And that announcement was like what, last month?
Mm-hmm.
I forget.
It was like 4 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like about a month ago. And and judging from what I watched today, I fucking loved it. And oh shit, hold on, is it true that Vince McMahon is going to start being more involved with NXT?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, when I was bringing it up earlier, it's like, yeah, he said because there's going to be a competition with AEW, Vince is now going to be controlling some of NXT, which will be terrible. And I was enjoying it Takeover last night. Good thing that it might be the last fucking show I watched from NXT.
Because we know damn well that Vince did not write a goddamn thing tonight.
I feel like that's not the case.
With the exception of maybe the Kofi Kingston and the Bayley match.
Yeah. I don't
I
know,
don't,
man.
I don't know. It was weird, but yeah, I had a great time.
4.5 out of that motherfucking 5, people.
4.5. And look, even fucking Max is rewatching the Fiend entrance because that is the right thing to do.
I'm literally gonna do that right now.
I think I might just watch that fucking shit myself, man, because that is so fun. I still can't believe Homeboy came out with Bray Wyatt's fucking head as a lantern.
Yeah, that was amazing. Fucking badass. But here's the thing, guys. We're getting the fuck out of here. You guys know where to find me usually. You can find me doing shows on Wednesdays and Saturdays, both the Chat Tech shows. I know we still have an M like on my little video that we end the show off and everything, but yeah, we're not the midnight or midweek Chat Tech anymore, man. It's just straight up Chat Tech. It's way better. Way better, goddammit. God, Anthony, why'd you call us at midnight? We don't do shit at midnight. You fucking. He's never gonna watch this. So, anyways.
I never understood that, and I even got into like a conversation about that shit once. I was like, "Why are y'all fucking midnight chat attack when you're all on at 7:00?"
It's the Friday show on Tuesdays.
It's the 7 chat attack.
But anyways, we're getting the fuck out of here. I had fun doing this, man. Maybe if something big happens tomorrow, we could do this again. If not, maybe when you watch NXT, we can do this. But here's the thing: we had no schedule. Ringside Hangout's definitely not back. We're just doing this shit when we feel like it. Whenever we feel like it. God damn it! It's much better that way, Hovik. I gotta tell you.
Yeah. I kind of like that. I like the spontaneity because it doesn't tie you in.
Yeah. No, exactly. So with that said, we're not going to tell you anymore either. People, good night. And you don't have to join me on this if you don't want to because you're like, hey, fuck this shit, I don't give a shit. But people, on that 3 and 2 on the 1. Attack the Dane. Ouch, that was loud. Chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
I mean, the Big 4 hangout. Look at that.
There we go. I like that. The Big 4 hangout. The SummerSlam podcast.
Oh, that is actually not bad. The Big 4 hangout.
I'm not calling it that.
No, I didn't call it that. I said that's not bad.
That is definitely not bad. Thank you so much, Kirk. I am not paying you for that idea, by the way. I'm going to use that. I'm going to make all the money I can. All 50 cents. It's just mine, bitch.
Oh, shit. I was about to say quarter, but hey.
Love you guys. Good night. Enjoy yourselves. Go watch that Fiend fucking thing again.
You need 4 guys, though, 4 big. No, we don't. God damn it.